All this pressure to just calm the mind, so much pressure to just clear the mind, completely make it blank. Actually, newsflash, the mind cannot be blanked or cleared. The nature of the mind is not to be blank, the nature of the mind is to be attracted. And the job of the soul is to find the right thing for the mind to be attracted to. A calm mind is described as a dull state of matter. It's nothing. There's nothing so amazing about a calm mind. You know, you see a koala bear has a calm mind. It's just by itself doing nothing. So it's not the goal of life to have a calm mind. We want a focused and attracted mind, and that is the process of meditation through which the soul uplifts their mind so that it becomes attracted to the supreme soul. When we look at things, we think, I want to enjoy it. That's in our mind. Sometimes we try to enjoy that thing and we can't enjoy it, and then we think, I'm going to renounce it. So this desire to enjoy is called bhoga. This desire to renounce it is called tyaga. But both of these bhoga and tyaga states of mind, they're actually artificial. It's all in your head. You can't actually enjoy or renounce anything. You're not the controller. Part of spiritual life, part of growing up in spiritual life is to try and see that we're not independent in either our desire to control or renounce anything. The living entity is completely dependent on the Supreme Lord or the Supreme Person who's completely independent in every ways. This desire to enjoy bhoga and this desire to renounce tyaga are both artificial states of mind. They're all both imaginary. And the living entity is not independent in either one of these. So when we are completely frustrated in our material desires, we kind of like take on this renunciation. I want to tyaga, I want to leave everything. It's actually coming from a point of frustration that I want a blank mind. Um, you may not be able to achieve a blank mind, but the first step is to stop polluting your mind. Our mind's super polluted with all the rubbish we put in, like, every scroll, every scroll, every scroll. We're lowering the frequency of our mind. And then we try to hear frequency music to uplift our frequency. But why dull it down so much? Why start a fire, pour water, start a fire, pour water? Like, there's no point to this kind of an exercise. So really, the first step in your doing anything for your mind is to stop polluting it. We have, as conscious beings, we have the intelligence. The purpose of our intelligence is to actually just choose what we expose our mind to. We don't just live in this world like, come show me whatever you want, come do whatever you want. I'm just here, a victim of the modes of nature. Throw whatever you want my way. I'm here receiving. In the name of receiving information, scanning for data, and having access to information, under this illusion of feeling that you have access to information, you're actually making your mind a dumping ground for so much rubbish. It stays there. And then you hope for a clear mind. You spend like 5 days in a silent retreat for a clear mind. But please understand that the mind retains everything, everything, 100 lifetimes. It's a recycle bin without it's a recycle bin for multiple lifetimes without an empty recycle bin button to it. So it holds on to it. So yogi is very careful about this samsparsha, this contact, and really protects their mind. Just understand your mind's your very powerful asset. If a person wants to be free from material things, they cannot do that by achieving a blank mind. They need to have a mind which is absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, knowledge of Krishna, activities of Krishna, ideas of what you can do for Krishna. Because you see, our heart wants to do things. We actually want to, we're in this world, we want to contribute in some way. We have different ideas of what contribution is, but we want to contribute in some way. And so we can't blank our mind. Yes, you can fill it up with the movies you watch or the reels you saw or the problems that you have. But if that's all you're going to keep there, it's going to really bring you down. We try to, instead of blanking it out, we try to fill our head with all this nice knowledge. The mind cannot be awakened. There must always be some subject matter for thinking, feeling, and willing. Thinking, feeling, and willing are the activities of the mind, and we need some subject for it. What are you going to think about? What are you going to feel? What are you going to will? So try and think about this point. Yeah, this kind of this treating your mind like treating yourself as what is the word for it? Like, how people feel these days, they have access to a lot of information. Like, I can get whatever information I want. What's the word for it? Like, it's a kind of like an empowered position, whatever I want, I have access to so much information. These days, we feel like access to information is some sort of a superpower, some sort of a liberty. It's like freedom of speech, you have freedom to access information kind of thing. So we have this sense of empowerment that comes from it. But if you actually just treat your mind like a place where you can just put all the information, Google put, you're actually abusing your mind in a really terrible way. Because what happens is you think, scroll, you see, this is a video, it makes me happy, I'll watch it. But you don't realize it leaves you hankering. So you scroll again, you scroll again, you scroll again, you scroll again. The hankering only increases. And as it is with everything material, the satisfaction from the next thing becomes less. So you scroll again, satisfaction is less. You scroll again, lesser satisfaction. So although your hankering is increasing, your satisfaction is decreasing. So you're left in some sort of a lurching kind of a way, like, you just want something and there's just not enough of it. So I'm going to consume. So you see, we see ourselves as consumption units for information, data, entertainment, but it leaves us just hankering and miserable. So actually, there's a very ancient uh, Vaishnav song. It's very beautiful. There's a very ancient Vaishnav song, Mama Mana Mandire, Mama Mana Mandire, in the heart, in the temple of my mind, oh dear Krishna, Raho Nishadini, stay in this. Nishadin means every day. I want Krishna to stay in the heart, in the temple. I want Krishna to stay in the temple of my mind every day. So our body is like a temple. Our mind is the sanctum sanctorum, like this sacred space within the temple. And in this sacred space, this temple, we actually place the Supreme Lord. But if you're trying to do that and you're just bringing all this rubbish information, it's not a clean space. Imagine a room like that where there's all this information just throwing around. So we want to keep our heart clean. We want to keep our mind clean. So actually, there could be room for Krishna in our hearts.